All right, so just I'm recording now, so just answering that question about how the exam will be, and I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't believe it's been written yet. No input has been asked for or given regarding the exam, but I expect it will follow the pattern that it's always been in this particular course and courses like it, which is sit down at a computer and challenge that you have to write some HTML code and some CSS and make 2 or 3 pages of a website or 4. So I expect it'll be just like the tests. The difference being that how it will be different from the tests is that it will be maybe one question longer. So the tests are 2 hour tests, and the exam will be 3 hour. So yeah, I got Isama and Amr. Yeah. Okay, so got those two. If anybody else wants me to mark them present, that's it. So that's as much as I know about the exam. So just going back on that, the exam is going to be 30% of the course. You do have to come to the college. You do have to sit at the computer. It's not sort of going to be online or anything like that. So plan on coming. So that means actually come like half hour before, so that you can start on time. Also, the exam. So one way that the exam will differ from previous semesters, and so this was a surprise to me as well, is that there will only be one teacher in the room with you. And so you might think, oh, that's great, you know. Um, well, I don't think it's great for you, because what it means is that, yeah, we always have this problem with the tests, is that somebody wants to get up and go to the bathroom or something like that. I think that's going to be harder. I won't say it'll be impossible, but if I were you, I would sort of don't expect to go to the bathroom. Of course, we we don't allow emergencies to go untaken care of, but you would be able to go to the bathroom, but you might have to wait, because that means that the person in the room has to call somebody and they have to come down, and so that might be a little bit harder. Um, so yeah, the other thing that you should expect in the exam is that uh, you won't be able to use your mobile phones or anything like that. Um, I do think that you probably would be able to use an A4 sheet. So just based on the fact that that's the way they go. So as I said, that's going to be 30% of your mark for the semester. Um, and you know that's worth sort of studying for, I would say. Um, the other marks that are outstanding, the project is quite a significant part of the marks. I don't know if it's 30%, but it might be 20% or something. I mean, the two tests together, I think, were 30%, so like 15% each. And then you got the project, which is like 20, and then you got the labs. All those labs, I know, is a lot of work, and you might say, "Oh, yeah, that was a lot of work. That's going to give me a lot of marks." Well, I think all the labs together are like 10%. And so that's why you can look on D2L now and you can see all your marks that you got for your labs. There'll only be one mark show up on your PeopleSoft when I upload all that for the labs, and that mark will be an average of all your marks for the labs. And if you miss labs, that's going to bring your average down. So you really want to make sure you had all them in. But that being said, it's still only going to be out of 10 marks. So I mean, it's not really a kill you or anything. The idea of the exams, of the labs, is what we call sort of that's formative assessment, meaning that you learn from the assessment, and that's why I allowed you to do resubmissions and everything like that. It's because it's not really a lot of marks, and it's you're supposed to learn from it, and so that's why you could. One way to learn is you see your mistake and then you fix it, and so that's why that was like that. Um, so yeah, so 10% for the labs. I think 30% for the tests. They're all done. 30% for the final, so that's worth looking at. And 20% for the project. I think that's the number. That's also worth looking at. Now, you're at the happy point at this point, I think, with the project, is if you look at that last assessment, it's 60% of your project mark, but there's no actual extra work to do to get that 60%, because at this point you should have done everything. You know what I mean? So at this point, you should already have your website ready to go. So to get your 60%, it's just make sure that you've tidied it up, maybe taken into account any comments that I've made. If you lost any marks on any of the tasks as we went along, if you could sort of fix them up, address them directly, then maybe you can pick up those marks in the for the 60% of the end. If you've got sort of like a perfect score for all of those tasks, well, you're sailing, right? Yeah. So then the next thing you have to do for that project is it's 2 ways to submit it, and I want you to do both, right? So when it's all perfect, perfection is I shouldn't use that word, because then we'll have people just putting too much time into it. When you've got it to the point where you think you're ready to submit it, send it to a compressed folder, the entire website, and upload that to D2L. But also in its uncompressed form, use your FileZilla to put that onto the SIT server, and then give me the SIT server URL, and so I can see the website working there in sort of a real live website online. So, I mean, as far as the assessments go, I think that's all I can really tell you. I think I already did tell you when the exam's going to be, and that's on the 7th of April, which is a Wednesday. So it's like, is that 8 days from now? Something like that. I think so. Yeah. Because today's the 30th, 31st is tomorrow. And then, so the 7 days after that, 1 week from tomorrow, will be your final exam. So that's why you're not seeing me giving you a lot more assessments at the moment, because, hey, it's now time to start sort of just tidying up everything. And yeah, so other dates. Okay, so what I'll do about the other dates, apparently it's on PeopleSoft, but I do have, yeah, okay. So there you go. I mean, I have a document that I could put on D2L as well. So yeah, so I don't know about all the dates. I do remember that there are some exams that are on Saturday, so sorry about that, folks. But not our course. Ours is on Wednesday. Any other sort of questions? I'm going to sort of pause now.